Hey, what's going on guys? Tom here from Sazerac Gaming, and this is a video on GTA 5 PC. So just don't get too excited, it hasn't come out yet. I'm not able to play it, but it comes out on April the 14th in the UK. So this is just a video for some last minute news and information on the game. Um, and just to say that I will be recording as soon as the game unlocks. I'll be recording straight away at midnight in the UK, and I'll upload a video as soon as possible. And I'll be uploading some other videos as well. So just to give you some last minute information, really. So you'll see just on the video, I've just got some screenshots of GTA showing up at the moment. So they're all from PC version, but yeah. So one thing you might not know, but a lot of people should know already, is if you've bought the game on Steam or if you bought it from the Rockstar warehouse, you can preload it on your PC if you got the digital download. So as soon as it unlocks at midnight in the UK, you'll be able to play it straight off without having to install anything. So everything will have been downloaded and installed already. So yeah, that's a good thing. I've already done that myself, but it is a 60 GB install and download. So it's gonna set you back quite a hefty amount of time. Maybe if you have slow internet, you might want to think about doing that straight away as the game comes out in, well, for me, when I'm recording this video, in about 9 hours. So yeah, next thing, can I run it? So the PC requirements were released a few months ago, but they've changed a little bit since then. Um, but mainly, you've got your minimum specs and your recommended specs. So the minimum specs you want really to be on Windows 7 or 8. Vista isn't ideal, but you can run it on Vista. Processor, the minimum is an Intel Core Quad CPU at 2.4 gigahertz. Sorry about that. Or an AMD Venom 9850 quad core processor at 2.5 gigahertz. Memory, so you want 4 gig of RAM. Video card, NVIDIA 9800 GT 1 gigabyte, or an AMD HD 4870 1 gigabyte. Sound card, just 100% DirectX 10 compatible. That should be, if you're wanting to play this game, you should have that already, really. If you think you should be able to run it, then you're very likely to have a sound card like that, either built onto your motherboard or attached to it. Hard drive space, 65 gig. That's just to account for just updates and patches that will be coming out soon as well. So the install is actually 59 gigabytes, but that extra 6 gig just accounts for maybe DLC and stuff like that. And a DVD drive, so you'd only need that if you're buying the physical copy. So the recommended specs, which Rockstar says is to play in 1080p, so on a 1080p display at 60 frames per second in high settings, you'd need these specs. So operating system is the same, but again without Vista, because Vista isn't very good, so 7 or 8. 64-bit you have to be running. Processor, Intel Core i5-3470 at 3.2 gigahertz, or an AMD FX8350 at 4 gigahertz. So I've got the i5 4690K, which is a bit better than both of those. But my mate has the FX8350, and he should be able to run it perfectly on his PC. So yeah, like if you've got better than that, that's great. You might even be able to get above 60 FPS. RAM 8 gigabytes. Again, it's quite a high requirement, but it is a pretty intensive game, and that's pretty much the standard nowadays for PCs. Video card, NVIDIA GTX 660 at 2 gigabytes, or an AMD HD 7870 at 2 gigs. So I've got an R9 280, an AMD R9 280, which should be better than either of those. I've checked it on GPU Boss, and it's better than the 660 and the 7870. Again, if you have better than that, that's great. The more the better, but to be honest, if you're looking at upgrading, you don't have much time. You might have to go down to a store like now if you want to get it in time for the game. But yeah, you should be fine with either of those at running it on high settings, 1080p at 60 FPS. Sound card is the same as last time, same with hard drive space. So moving on to GTA Online. So it will be playable from day one for PC, and it will support 30-player lobbies, which is a lot better than the Xbox and PS3 versions. I'm not sure about Xbox One and PS4 because I haven't researched much on them, but I'm guessing they're probably the same as 360 and PS3. All previously released updates, so like the Beach Bum DLC, including heists, will be available on launch. And as a returning player, you'll receive the one-time bonus of transferring a character, so you can move your character from one of the old consoles onto your PC. So all your progression and money from the console platform you can move to your PC via Rockstar Social Club. Another last minute thing is music. So it's been confirmed in one of the previews a few days ago that GTA 5 will have an independent soundtrack, so a streaming channel filled with all of your own music, and there's even an option to retain adverts and blurbs, so like a real Los Santos radio station, but having all your own music as well, so that's kind of cool. They've even added a new radio station with new music called The Lab, specifically for PC. And the last thing, which is probably the biggest thing that people care about, is that it's now in 4K. So you can play in 4K now. So if there's anything else you need to know or find out, you should be able to see it on either the GTA 5 website or the dedicated section on the GTA forums. One thing I know I'm looking forward to is playing with mods. So the mods community is being supported by Rockstar, they've said in a statement. So we should be able to do some modding. I doubt on day one, maybe, because, sometimes before games are even released, people have made mods for games. But, as none of the game has actually been leaked, I'd be very surprised if there was a mod for the game on day one. Maybe right at the end of the day, maybe a character model mod or something, just because that wouldn't be too difficult to do. But making it a wide release so quickly would be quite difficult, I think. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the last minute information for GTA 5 on PC. The only thing you need to do now is check out this channel again at around midnight on the 14th of April on Tuesday. So that's in about 9 hours for me. But yeah, obviously if you're in the US, that should be 7 p.m. EST, I think. I think that's the time. I'm not really that familiar with time zones and everything, but I'm pretty sure. So you'll be able to get it 7 p.m. on the 13th, so that's today. But obviously, because of time zones, that will actually be at the same time. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're looking forward to my videos later on. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if this helped you, and I'll see you again next time.